Hello again. This is Martins right here once more. And if you didn't slip off in the last few videos, you see all the worked examples that we actually try. Now, this video is going to take a look at a few other questions as well and see how to approach them. Okay, so let me rule this one like your traditional this thing. We'll have our real work here. Then whatever goes on behind the scene, the rough work, we use this place as our rough work. So look at the simple question. Okay, it says 5a over b squared, everything raised to power what? Power 2. Okay, from your normal, this is what goes on behind. What this question is telling you is that 5a, okay, square it, divided by b squared, square it. So how do we go about this? 5a squared means 5 squared times a squared. That's what you have. That's what you mean by 5a squared. Okay, that's what you mean by 5a squared. Okay, so what is 5 squared? 5 squared is 25. What is a squared? A squared is a times a, and is also what? A squared. So there you have it. If you square 5, okay, and you square a, your numerator becomes 25a squared. Simple. Divided by b squared, then square. Now, take a look at this place very well. Let me rewrite it. B squared, then everything squared. Does it make you think of something? It should make you think of this our rule D, okay? The rule in green, which means all join. Multiply the indices, okay? This is your m, this is your n. So b raised to power, all over b raised to power 2 times 2. Okay, that is what you mean by b squared squared. So that gives us our answer as 25a squared divided by b raised to power 2 times 2, 4. That is your answer. You can pause the video to look at it again, or even rewind the video and have a look at it once more. Let's move on to another example. Okay, let's clean this off. Just a minute. Okay, this is good enough. I mean, you probably went to a local school. It's not as if the board in your school is this fine anyway. Now let's have another example. Let's say you're given something like, let's see, which one do we start from? For example, if you're given an expression like, okay, let's rule this so we can have our rough work here. You're given to do 5 into 8x raised to power 4 divided by 2x raised to power 6. Okay, without involving Mr. 5 here in your dirty indices politics, okay, if you have a scenario like, look at our rule C, okay, rule C over here. Can you see what it's telling us? Rule C says a raised to power m. Okay, look at the x are the bases, they're equal, they're the same thing rather. So we can move on with the law. A raised to power m divided by a raised to power n means you subtract the indices. So a raised to power m minus n. So in that case, what do you do next? Okay, what you do next is, for me, I personally like writing this kind of questions to make me look at it in a better way. So I can say 5 into brackets, of course, 8 raised to power 4. Oh, sorry. Why am I doing this? Okay, now we move on. 8x raised to power 4 divided by 2x raised to power 6. Now, it doesn't matter, but for the sake of clarity, I like to do my work step by step so I don't make mistakes. And I suggest you do the same too. Now, look at these two things very well, okay? If you remember the previous example, we can see something that can go in this expression. You can have, divide this place by 2, you'll be left with 1. Divide this place by 2, you have 4. So you can rewrite your work as 5 into 4x raised to power 4. Okay, sorry, the brackets should actually be bigger than that. Divided by x raised to power 6. Now, we're still going to make use of our rule C, because rule C wants us to subtract the indices. So in case you're confused, you can write it back again and say 5 into 4x raised to power 4 divided by x raised to power 6. So if you subtract the indices, what you have is you still have your 5 that is clearly not getting involved. The 5 is not a politician, it's not Amebo or Gbeboru. It's indices we are talking about, and the 5 is not concerned with all your rules, laws, whatever. So you now have 4x raised to power what? You now subtract the indices, okay? What do I mean subtract the indices? We have an index called 4, okay? We have our base x, an index called 4, divided by x raised to power 6. So this will secretly be x raised to power 4 minus 6, okay? 4 minus 6 is equal to minus 2. So this is equals to x raised to power minus 2. Okay, go over the video or pause or rewind if you have to. So this means 4x raised to power 4 minus 6. Okay, I've already shown you a little secret here. Don't let anybody see it. Then you move on and say 5 into 4x raised to power minus 2. Okay, now, do we stop there? No, we shouldn't stop there, because this 4x raised to power minus 2 can be written in a better format. Look at our rule E, okay? It says when you raise a number to a negative number, it means 1 over, see, a raised to power minus m is equal to 1 over a raised to power m. So with our 5 still staying as the politician here, you say 5 into what? 4 times, because, of course, 4 x raised to power minus 2 is the same thing as saying 4 times x raised to power minus 2. We're just breaking it down so we don't get confused. So 4 times x raised to power minus 2, okay? Now, how do you write x raised to power minus 2? If this was your x raised to power minus 2, if this a raised to power minus m was your x raised to power minus 2, what would you do? You'd say 1 over a raised to power m. So in the same way, let's quickly squeeze a small room here. In the same way, x raised to power minus 2 is the same thing as saying 1, to cancel the negativity like I told you in previous videos, 1 over x squared. Okay? So close the bracket. So what you're basically saying is that 5 into 4 times 1 over x squared. Now, I'm not treating you like a baby, but 4 times 1 over x squared is the same thing as 4 over x squared. Don't forget, we still have our 5 here. Okay? So what happens? Your answer is 20, 5 times 4 divided by x squared. Okay, if that is unclear to you why we are not doing 5x squared, it's just a case of 5 over 1 times 4 over x squared, which is equal to 5 times 4 is 20. 1 times x squared is x squared. And that is your answer, okay? Once you're patient enough to break it down, you will always get your answer correctly. Just don't be in a hurry. Okay, if you want to be fast, you need great understanding, because speed actually comes from deep understanding. Don't just rush what you don't know. Okay, let's have one more example. Okay, remember you can always pause the video, go back again to view the concept. Let's have one more example and we call it a wrap on this particular video. Now, if you're given something like, say, let's rule our work again. I think I'm liking that. Oh, this is so straight, just like your leg. If you have 3a, then everything raised to power minus 2. This is tricky, okay? And the key idea is don't get too smart with yourself. 3a is just a number, okay? Forget that it's made up of 3 times a, but eventually 3 times a will have a value. So treat 3a as if it's a number. What do we do to numbers that are raised to power minus 2? Like this is our rule E here. we remove the negativity. How do we remove the negativity? We say we turn the minus to 1, okay, over our base stays at the base down there, 1 over 3a. Then what do? We now square it, only that this time the negative sign is gone because we paid for it with our reciprocal here. So how do you solve this? This one now becomes 1 over 3 square is 3 times 3, which is 9. A square is a times a and is also a squared. And that is also your answer. Okay. I think we should still be able to have one more example just for fun. Okay. Since we have enough space here, let's quickly do 2 over r squared. Okay, everything raised to power minus 3. How do you approach this to start with? Okay, how do you approach this? Well, you approach it the same way you've been approaching most of the questions. Okay, I'm feeling angry with this question, so let's use red ink, red eye. So 2 raised to power minus 3, you write it out. 2 raised to power minus 3 divided by, if someone tells you to do r squared itself raised to power minus 3, forget about the minus for now. Think about rule D, all joined. Multiply these indices together, the index inside and the index outside. So that gives you minus 6. So you have r, oh, now my r is looking like your head. So you have r raised to power minus 6. So we've rewritten that one. Now, what is 2 raised to power minus 3? Let's treat it separately, okay? 2 raised to power minus 3, 2 raised to power minus 3 is the same thing as 1 over 2 raised to power 3. What is 2 raised to power 3? 2 raised to power 3 is 2 times 2 times 2. How many times? 1, 2, 3. 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, 8. Okay, so that's 1 over 8. Okay, leave it there. All over r raised to power minus 6. Now, if it was another question and you were told to write r raised to power minus 6, the same way, remember what we did here to cancel negativity, we say that is equal to 1 over r raised to power what? 6, not minus this time because the 1 has already paid for the offenses of the minus. So this one is over 1 over r6. Okay, don't get confused. You can make this thicker if you want to. But remember, another way of writing it is 1 over 8 divided by 1 over r raised to power 6. Okay, so if you remember your primary school division, what you can do to this is, instead of just leaving it like this or confusing yourself, you just say 1 over 8 divided by 1 over r raised to power 6 is the same thing as 1 over 8 multiplied by, you now flip it, the reciprocal, which is r raised to power 6, okay, divided by 1. So 1 times r6, r raised to power 6 is r raised to power 6. 8 times 1 is 8, and that is your answer. If you have any questions, remember to ask them at the comment section. You can request for videos, even if you want more worked examples. It's something we can arrange, but trust me, this is a concept you have to understand. When we go into other topics like logarithms, which is the inverse of indices, you will understand why you need a strong foundation in the concept of exponents. So this is Fen Martins. I'm signing out, and I'll see you in future videos. Bye.